Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round number 2 here of the Dutch Racing Competition. I am your host, Kassa, and we are coming to you from Bahrain, the traditional night race. As always, 3 tyre compounds and the wets and the inters. Hopefully won't see the wets and inters here today, but you just never know sometimes. Sometimes it does happen. It's not often going to happen, but it might. We've got the hardest of the 3 compounds here today, C1 to 3, and as you can see on the screen, there's the track map, 3.3 miles, 15 turns, 3 DRS straights, of which there are 3 detection zones. That's quite unusual to see, but it's still going to create some lovely racing, particularly down into that turn 1. Mostly flat, it's a little uphill as you go into turn 4, and then sort of, you get a little bit of downhill down towards turn 8, and that's lovely to see as we go on board with Feathercup. And he's going to take us on a flying lap then around this Bahrain circuit. It's looking a bit dayish there today, but nonetheless, here we go, down the home straight. DRS is wide open, as you might expect. And this is where we're going to see a lot of overtaking down into this first corner. Because this DRS straight is so long, it's just straight on into there. DRS on the second straight is just at the 100 metre, the detection point, through 2, and then through the kink of 3. And then DRS is open once again, just on the exit of turn 3. As we come up towards turn 4, the right-hander. Again, we'll see some action. We won't see much, but there is a chance because it's nice and wide through there, unless your name's Sebastian Vettel. And then we go through 6 and 7, 5, 6, 7, and down the hill. This is where we see a lot of cars losing it, just putting it a bit too heavy down on 7, through the tight turn 8. DRS for the next straight is literally just there. There we go. And this is one of the hardest corners, the braking and turning and downhill all at once. It takes a good driver to get that perfectly every single lap. Through the exit turn 10 on this DRS straight as we come up towards 11 and 12, the fast S's, uphill fast S's then. Turn 12 is the right hand, and this is where we see occasionally some people just take a little bit too much curve on the inside, lose the back end of their car, and that's where we can see a few more retirements, breaking it into 13, and then down, there's a little downhill down towards turn 14 here. No DRS on this one, but you got a chance to get in the right position. DRS detection point is just before the corner again, so you can fancy a little dive down the inside. Won't see many, but it's still there because you've got a nice big straight. You might as well just save up everything for this straight. DRS is wide open already, and we quite often see some very close finishes at Bahrain. Hopefully we're going to see a few more here today. But yeah, so there you go, standings round 2. So obviously Mesa was the winner. Closely fought battle there with Jorn last week. He's top of the scores on 25. Jorn there on 18. Julian on 15. Absent there on 12, sorry. Just chilling on 10. Busted 8. Beaker 6. Feathercamp on 4. And I missed the other 2, sorry. Kimmy on 2 and Anthony on 1. And funny enough, everyone else on 0. And so that is the standings. Are we going to get constructor standings? Yes, we are. So Red Bull taking the lead on that with 25. Toro Rosso 18. Williams 15. Haas 12. Renault 8. Mercedes 6 and McLaren 1. Ferrari, Alpha and Racing Point still to score today. And we'll see if they can make a change to that today. And is that the end of the video? I believe it is. I should have really looked at this, shouldn't I? That's the end of the video. So let's have a look at that track map once again. As you can see, those 3 detection zones are going to be really important because that long home straight, you can make a pass on it, but then you can get someone else coming back at you quite quickly as we go up towards turn 4 on the next DRS straight. You won't see many overtakes going to 11 because there's that DRS straight, the long home straight, so soon after that people won't often make a move going on to there. But you never know. You never know. You might see some people trying to make that overtake. It's unlikely. You'll see the overtakes, particularly if someone's going to come into the pits or something that lap, or it's towards the end of the race, or if it's back marker, obviously. So yeah, that turn 9 and 10 is going to be really tricky. I've raced it before, and it's so hard to get perfect because you're going downhill, turning, and braking all at once. It takes some good braking to get through there. As you can hear the beeps in the background, that just means we are nearly ready to get into the race. We'll just quickly keep that track map up for a long longer. As mentioned, turns 7 and 12, those are the 2 corners we can see potentially a few people spin out on. It's when they get out to the curb and put the power down before they're fully straightened up, and then they just start to lose control of the car, and it just comes around on them and they end up hitting the walls on the opposite side to the corner. But yeah, hopefully no one will DNF. Quickly, who we got here today? Where is it? There it is. It's fifth captain Kimi in the Mercedes, 2 reserves in the Ferrari, Gwen and Julian, Jarfing and Meister in the Red Bulls, Mute and Anthony in the McLarens, Cabs and Yawn in the Toro Rossos, Nusa and Busted in the Renaults, in the Alphas, Erzmeister and Jumboy, Racing Points, Doctor and Nathan, Hasses, Absinthe and Fluffy Balls, and the Williams, the duo, Beaker and Just Chillin'. And as you can hear in the background, we are ready to get on in to the race. I just need to change that over. There we go. So there we go. As you can see, we are just started qualifying. Haven't missed anything. We're only 20 seconds in. What can happen in 20 seconds, eh? Well, we have a full grid, which is great to see. Everyone that was scheduled to turn up has turned up. And we got some action down there in the Ferrari. Gwyn Stander. I'm going to assume that's how you pronounce his name. I'm probably going to get it wrong several times today. I generally do get names wrong. I apologise to those people if I get that wrong. And it's looking like it's going to be quite busy on track. Got a mixture of tyres there. Softs, mediums and hards. And Cabs is one of the first drivers out. So let's go up to see him as he's in the Toro Rosso on those medium tyres. He's just ahead of his team actually, which is interesting. As his teammate Yawn just goes screaming on through. Second place last week out. Great battling with Mesa. He nearly could have had it, but just ran out of puff before the end of the race and couldn't mount a charge at the end. But still, getting P2 just off the pace of Mesa is a good sign then from Yawn. And hopefully we'll see more of that today. As Mesa is here, he's still in the pits on the hards. Looks like a fair few people are running with the hards on the opening lap. Just get themselves into the groove before going on to a full pace flyer on the mediums or potentially softs. Don't expect many people to take the softs. It's probably going to be mediums and hards today. A few people might fancy the softs, but might end up having to 2-stop or do a really long soft stint onto a really long hard stint. But we'll see how they get on during the race as Jon is coming around on his lap. He's going to be the first man to start that flying lap, and we'll see how he gets on. He's got his teammate just behind actually. He's going to give his teammate a little bit of a tow down the home straight. I wonder if that favour is going to be repaid later on. He almost got a very shiny helmet. But he never thought I'd say that to him. So yes, Yawn is first man to start. His teammate is just behind on the mediums, getting actually a little bit of a tow there. And hopefully that's going to benefit the Toro Rossos. A little bit early to be worrying about tow strategies. You kind of want to wait towards the end of the qualifying as the track starts to evolve and the laps times will start to come down over the session. As we've got yellow 63, it's probably just on backing out of the way. As Yawn has the Mercedes of Anthony ahead of him. That should be out of the way very soon. Hopefully Anthony's going to get it right out of the way now as Yawn comes through and Anthony's just blocked him. And Yawn will not be happy. Anthony's got a penalty. Hopefully Yawn hasn't got a penalty as a result of that, because Anthony was the one that blocking him. But let's have a look at his teammate while we are going as he's coming down towards turn 9 and 10. A little bit on that curb. It's actually had to scrub off a lot of speed going through the tight turn 10. DRS open though, see if he can catch up a bit of time. He'll be the first man to put in a lap time. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Anthony in the steward's room later. Jumboy's gone already. Sector 3, that's this corner and the final 2 corners. Is Sector 3. Let's see. Has he just lost it coming off the final corner? Cabs has backed out of his lap. And let's see if we can find someone. Let's go out to Anthony quickly. Let's see if he can see any mess. There's the yellow flags. So was it just a bit too keen off the final corner and into the wall, potentially on the right hand side? I think it might have been. But that's not the best start there for Jumboy. Quite often a fan favourite here in the Dutch League. And we'll see if he stays the Dutch favourite. Yawn is in the pits. He must have taken damage. That was a big hit he did on Anthony. So I wouldn't be surprised if he has damage. Julian is on a flyer in the Ferrari. It's going up turn 11 then. Julian's got pace. He just needs to deliver it. He had a good race last week. Apologies, I just want to get the race results from last week up while we are doing this. There we go. So Julian was third last week. He was well off the pace there. Meister and Jorn is 13.6 seconds back. But still a comfortable third place. Absinthe was fourth, just behind him. But the front two ran away with it quite spectacularly. It's just Chilling and Nathan have also retired. Have they had... Ooh, that does not look good. That looks like an accident down in turn one. What has happened there? They both look like they're on flying laps. So they just collided going into the corner. One say, you go first, you go first. And just getting it all wrong. Let's see if we can get someone else coming up towards that and see what's happened. Just want to find someone coming towards that corner now. And oh dear, JC apparently pulled over to let Nathan through. Nathan just went straight into him. Well, that's not the best way to start qualifying. JC has put in a time, so has Nathan. That's their only saving grace at the moment, is they at least have a time on the board, unlike Jumbo, he's down there in 16th and will probably be last. So as Doctor's left the session, he's not in a bit of time, so maybe Jumbo's getting redemption there. And let's have a look back at Dennis. Oh, not the best time to look at him. He's having a bit of opposite lock going on. And a bit of a lock up into turn 8 he goes. In the Alfa Romeo here today, down in 20th, but no time just yet. Just needs, like always with everyone, just needs to get time on the board. As you can see how important it is. We've had 3 DNFs already. Nathan's time is very much off the pace there, so that's an easy one to be jumped. Just Dennis is probably going to be off the pace towards the end of this as well, so just keep on in, keep going, and hopefully Dennis can get a time up there. And so let's have a look at tyres, best tyres. So only 1 lap on the soft so far. That's done by Noosa, but his was very slow. He obviously backed out of that as he wanted to not start on the softs, which is a smart thing to do. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some people trying to shoot for the softs and starting towards the front. Dennis comes across the line with a 130.2 and puts it P10 at the moment. Let's have a look further back. Jorn is back out. Let's see what he's doing. He's coming towards the final few corners then. I don't think he's had an accident this time around, which is good to see. Gwen's gone fastest on the mediums. I think that was turn 4, sorry. And so Gwen's done 3 laps on those mediums, so taken a lot of life out of those already. Hopefully he's not taken out too much. And we'll have, hopefully, well, let's hope that you can beat that time and start on some fresher tyres in the race. As Jorn's coming into turn 9 and 10. He still hasn't found the back of Anthony. Anthony, where is? Should we see where Anthony is? Just see if he's going to catch him up towards the end of this. No, Anthony's behind him. He's safe. Safe this time. That's Doctor. That's Jorn. Where's Char? Char's coming through turn 4. So we'll go back to Char later on. He's on the mediums. So stay with Jorn as we're coming up to turn 13. As Doctor's managed to get back in. That's good to see. That's just what the Doctor ordered. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not really, but I have to say I am. Jorn coming through the final couple of corners. Officially it's 2 corners, even though it's really just sort of 1. And a little bit of squirreling going on there after steering, but he's got it straightened up towards the line. And it is P1, 28.7. That is a blistering pace. And great lap from him. Where is Maester? Maester's did a 28.9. So already 2 tenths up then on his championship rival. There's Jorn, which is good to see. So let's stay on board with Jars. He's coming towards the line. And Charles coming across the line. Let's see what time he's going to do. He's on the medium, so it should be a good time. It's P10 with a 29.5 at the moment. Hopefully he will improve on that later. And so let's have a look. Who else are we going to have a look at? Let's have a look at Busted. He's out there on the softs. He's getting a little bit of tow actually from Anthony. And well, that's what happens when you tail a car that's DC'd. You end up running into the back of him. So Busted was trying to make use of a car that was apparently in the pits. I can't actually see Anthony. That's interesting. So officially, according to this screen, Anthony's in the pits, but we've just seen him on track. So maybe that was a desync then from Anthony. and Busted didn't actually just hit him. But in the meantime, Beaker has put in a fastest lap by 0.02 of a second over Yawn, but he has done a fair few laps on those hards. So interesting there. He'll come out again potentially later on the mediums and go hopefully quicker. Can we see? We'll see if we can see Anthony later. We're still on board with Busted on the soft tyres as he's coming around the final corner. His teammate Noose is also on the softs. So it looks like the Renaults are going for a soft strategy. Busted says, nope, I'm bringing this one in. So now Anthony is technically back in the pit, so I think that must have just been a bit of desync. So Cabs is coming towards the line. And what time will he do? It is a 1:30, pretty much 1:30 dead. It's good enough for P14 at the moment. And he's going to need to improve that. We've got 7.5 minutes left of this session. Meister is out on a flying lap, although he's running low on fuel, so this is probably an in lap. But it is coming towards the final corner. Is he bringing this one in? He's in high ERS. He's not bringing it in, he's going for the line, and he's going to do good enough for P3. That's not good enough to start on the front row. Where's Beaker? Beaker's just brought it into the pits. Good time to switch to him. As Yawn brings it out of the pits just behind Meister. Dennis is on his way in. He's in mode 0. Noosa has done a lap then in 29.5. That's very off the pace for a set of softs. Softs should be probably doing closer to a 28.5 than a 29.5. But I assume he's not on another one. No, he's not. Absinthe is in mode 5. So it looks like he's going to go, but he's running low on fuel. We'll see a split coming up here. This is the end of Sector 2. So he's up by nearly 0.4. So it looks like he's going for this. And it could be a decent time. He's up by 0.4 already. Let's see if you can find another 10th in this last sector. This could be provisional pole with 6 minutes left. So all about that straight. It's so important. Getting that power down at the right time. Not too early, not too late. It's not quite good enough for P1, but it is a decent lap nonetheless. P3 then for Absinthe in the Haas. But 6 minutes left. Plenty of time to go. And Kimmy is on a go at the moment. He's just going through 6 and into 7. This is where we could see some people DNF just get a little too far wide, put that power down, and it just sends it round onto the wall on the left hand side. But stay with Kimmy as he's coming on this back straight. DRS is open, and it's all calm at the moment really on the track. I mean, we've got over 5 minutes to go. People have got time for, or could have had time to do 2 runs, but it appears they're going to just be waiting for the clock to tick down a little bit to about 2 minutes, and then we'll start seeing some people coming out of those pit boxes onto the track and getting some quick times in as people are starting to move over to those medium tyres. Beaker's already in on the mediums. Yawn is on a lap at the moment on hards. He might be bringing this one in quite soon. Kimmy, nearly losing it. Great skills to hold that slide. And P1 with a 28.703. That is looking close at the top. Let's have a look at the gaps. Look at that. The top 3 all separated by 15 thousandths of a second. I mean, Absinthe is only just over a 10th outside of that, and then even then it's still quite close. First to 6 are separated by 0.138, so very close at the front. Let's have a quick look at Yawn. Where is he? He's coming towards the final corner. Is he going to go for this, or is he bringing this one into the pits? He's going to go for it, and that is a cracker of a lap. 28.462, and it just completely destroyed Kimmy's time on the medium, so it looks like Yawn's going to be wanting to start on these hard tyres. He does have time to bring this one back to the pits and change over and go onto the mediums, but maybe he just looks at it and goes, you know what, I want to start on the hards. That was quick. I mean, he's probably going to drop down once people start coming out on the mediums, as we start to see a little bit of action in the midfield. 7, 8 and 9 are coming out. That's Fluffy, Feathercamp and Erzmester, or Dennis. They've started to come out on the mediums. So we look to see what best tyres for their laps. So the majority, all the top 10, with the exception of Gwen and Kimmy, have done it on mediums. So that just shows how quick Yawn was in comparison. So what he'll do now, we're going to find out, is he's almost racing back to the pits. 3 minutes left of the session. He needs to get back in the box, either change on to fresh set of hards or fresh set of mediums and go from there. But that could be hard to beat. Dennis has started a flying lap, so let's go have a look at him quickly. He's on the mediums as we're going up towards turn number 4. With hopefully we won't have a repeat of yesterday's incident at turn 4. For those who missed it, the official esports F1 esports was yesterday, and there's a little bit of nudging going on at turn 4, a bit of dives happening, and so hopefully, as I say, hopefully we won't have a repeat of that, but hopefully we'll still have some good action. But I'll be surprised if we see a Ferrari at the front, that's for sure. Dennis now on this mid straight, still going to go for it. We've got 2 minutes 15 of the session left. Who is going to be starting at the front? Yawn is looking pretty. Absinthe has come out on mediums. Gwen has retired. That actually looked like a crash. And Julian has also retired, so maybe it wasn't. Come to think of it. I'm not sure. Yellow sector 2. This could just be cars going slow. It could have been a crash. Or maybe Gwen just made a mistake and decided, you know what, sod it. So here comes Dennis. It says he's now on an outlap. I'm sure it said he was on a flyer earlier. He is on a flyer because he's just gone P1. 28.146. And your current pole sitter, Yawn, has just come out. He's not come out in time. Yawn is not going to get a lap in. He's just come out of the box and he's got 1:20 left. I mean, he's going off-road style. Whether or not that will be accepted, we'll soon see. It's not for me to decide. I don't like to see it, but Fluffables has gone up to P1 then with a 28.1. I assume Yawn is going to be hitting some dodgy corner cuts here to get round in time. The answer to that is yes, he is. And it would be funny if he crashed. Okay, so if Evercamp is on the mediums, there's not many corners left for Yawn to cut. He's coming out to the line. He goes P3, 28.298 for him. Bastard is coming to the final corner. We've got 40 seconds left. Kimmy's still in the pits. He is not going to be doing anything. So Bastard doesn't improve. Apparently he's 35 seconds down. He must have had an accident somewhere to lose 35 seconds on a lap. Or unless he just took it really carefully. Char is definitely taking it really carefully. Mute is coming around turn 4, so we'll come back to him. And what about Doctor? He's apparently on a flyer. He's just ahead of Mute. So they are going to be giving each other a little bit of tow. We're trying to find someone going towards the end. It's not Mesa, he's just started, so we've got coming towards the end. Yawn just started in the nick of time then, by the looks of things. Whether or not he'll be allowed or hit with a punishment, that's for them to decide, not for me. I'm just trying to find. Let's stay with Absinthe actually. He had a quick lap earlier. Is he going to get another quick lap? Fluffables is done. He's in the pits, so P1 is going to be his best position, which I mean it is the best position when you think about it. But Kim is done. Beaker is apparently on an out lap, although I'm sure he's on a flying. I think it's just the UI bugging a little bit. Absinthe coming around the final couple of corners then. And shooting towards the line. What is he going to do? Is he going to be quick enough? It is quick enough then. And it's a 28.030. Just faster than his teammate. And that is close at the front. Dennis is coming around the final corner. Can he get up there? He's looking good. He's up by 7/10 on the end of sector 2. And he's up at the front. First man into the 127 to 27.8. And he's going to be starting at the moment P1. Dennis is on his way as well. Where is Yawn? He's running wide, running out of track. Beaker up into P2. Great lap from him. Didn't see that one. Beats out both the Hasses just about. Dennis coming towards the line. Where's he going to put this? He's up to P2 instead. He's into the 27s. Last man there is Yawn, and he goes into the 27s as well, but only good enough for P2. But still, front row start then. Championship rival against championship rival down to the first corner. It's going to be a good one. Right, so let's have a look at those final standings. There you go, Mesa taking the pole position by 0.04 of a second from Yawn. Dennis in third, followed by Beaker, Absent, Fluffy Balls, Mute, Fifth Cup, Kimmy and Gwen running at your top 10. Top 9 separated by just over 9/10, so that's good to see. I mean, it's really quite close though at the top. Those front three all about a 10th apart. Busted in 11th, Cabs 12th, followed by Doctor, Charifi, Noosa, JC, Anthony, Julian well off the pace there in 18th. Nathan, and last but not least is Jumbo, who didn't set a time. But Anthony will be starting right at the back anyway after picking up that 5th place penalty during qualifying for blocking. That's not what I want to see. Well, I'm going to go into that screen. Right, so we're just now waiting for all the drivers to make those final amendments to their setup. Get those fuel levels right, make any small adjustments they can make to the car, and just get that strategy sorted. So it's still looking dry, which is not really surprising. I mean, I don't remember actually ever seeing a wet race in Bahrain. I think we've had a threat of rain, but never actually rained. I could be wrong. Maybe being wrong does happen occasionally. It's not often, but it does occasionally happen. As the driver's now just getting himself final touched onto that car, and we are straight onto that formation lap. And let's have a look then at those tyre situations. What has everyone gone for, especially outside the top 10? So top 10 all starting on mediums. Only 3 people outside the top 10 are starting on hards. So it's going to be interesting to see if Busted, Noosa and JC can make their way back through the field on those. It's going to be crucial that they don't let too many of the medium tyres through on these early laps, as the hards just take that little bit longer to warm up. Yeah, we'll see if it's going to work out for them. As no surprise, Anthony is definitely confirmed at the back there after blocking Yawn on a flying lap. Whether or not Yawn will face punishment post-race, we'll let the stewards decide that one. But Mesa in the Red Bull starting out front, Toro Rosso alongside him. And the 2 Hasses starting alongside each other in 5th and 6th. I wonder if this is going to be team orders into turn 1. If it was the actual Haas drivers, I don't think there would be many team orders, would there? I think we all know for a fact that Haas drivers like to race wheel to wheel. Whether or not these guys will race wheel to wheel, whether or not they'll just say, look, you qualify first, you take it. But we'll soon see. Let's just now wait for all the drivers to finish that formation lap, get those tyres up to the operating temperature. Hopefully at the same time not taking too much out of those tyres. And it is quite a long lap here. We've got 29 laps to have. As I said earlier, it is a 5.4 kilometre track. A race lap record was apparently set in 2005 by Pedro de la Rosa of a 131.447. Don't hit the back of him. We should be beating that. I mean, these guys are generally a bit faster than actual cars. So we'll see how they get on as we're just now waiting for everyone to make their way to the grid. Mesa thinks it's the race start. He's very accelerated towards the grid. A couple of cars had a little bit of issues on the first lap. They just get reset, nothing to worry about. Their tyre temperatures get frozen at the temperatures they were at the time. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see. Hopefully I can get another invite. Is it open lobby? It's not open lobby. Julian's quick on the invite. There we go. Thank you very much, Julian. Mute all those drivers quickly. Spectate. Hopefully we've not missed anything. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Apologies. I'm about to find out. Oh, so Baker's apparently in the lead, but he's not. Okay, so I'm just still getting himself sorted. A little bit of desync there by the looks of things. Baker's apparently in the race lead. Mester's dropping back. Actually, Beaker might have actually been in the race lead. How has he managed to get up to there? He just got a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. And he's going very slow. Is he just letting people pass? Did he get an illegal overtake? I think he might have done. Yawn is your current race leader. We've got Gwen's up 6 places. A lot of changes going on. Absent down quite far. Apologies for missing the start. But Beaker has not got a lot of wing on that car, and he's going to get swamped quite easily by everyone. There's a little bit of action going on further back, but Beaker coming under pressure now from Busted. It's looking close everywhere. Absinthe and Dennis having terrible starts, down 15 places each off that start. And it's unfortunate for them. Busted gets past Beaker. Beaker's sliding further and further back. Let's have a look at Justin. He's made a good start. He's up 5 places. Cabs has retired back there. He's now in 20th. I think he might have just lost the rear coming off the corner. But Charles looking to make moves on Beaker. Beaker obviously without that front wing. But Beaker's got to be careful because he now needs to get into the right position. He doesn't want the car on his right because he's trying to get into the pits. And that's what happens if a car comes on your right where you want to go in the pits. You end up nudging him a little bit. But he's got in. So Char coming under pressure from Beaker's teammate. Beaker's teammate, which is JC, goes through. Why is the camera angle so terrible? There we go. JC is battling there with Char. I thought he was going to lose the back end, but he's on hard tyres, battling against the mediums of Charifin. Looking to make moves. Char's going offensive down the inside. JC's going to go around the outside. And he looks like Mikey might have made it, but Char's still just the nose ahead as we go into the little chicane section. JC's trying to go around the outside. Charifin says, nope, you ain't coming through here, mate. And JC is still trying to make moves. But Jorn's still out lead. He's got a 1.7 second lead. Oh, a little bit of nudge there on Just Chilling. And he's had to take evasive action. Charifin is... It's a straight drag now. Charifin's actually dropped back there. He got a terrible drive off the corner. He's just lost 2. And could be 3. Nathan then taking that place off Char. But Char's coming back down the inside. Aggressive move. And it's not going to work out. Oh, he's off. And he's out. A big out there for Charifin. He just nudged the back end of Nathan. And he is in the wall and in pieces. And he is out of this race. Let's go back up to Justin. He's on the rear of Anthony. He's still got Nathan just behind him. And DRS will be enabled this lap. So it's going to be into the first corner. It's the first detection point. And so it's almost immediately you get it. And Justin is looking to make moves here on Anthony. He's going to go for it. Why can't we get the camera angles we want? Let's look from Nathan from behind as Just Chillin's gone down the inside of Anthony. Anthony's late on the brakes. Just Chillin is doing well. And Just Chillin is through on Anthony. Up into P9, and Nathan has got a good drive off the corner. He's looking to make moves. Anthony doesn't have DRS. Nathan does. He's still in mode 0, so he's not going to make too many moves from back there. And so he's going to sit in for a little bit. As Noosa comes into the pits, let's just have a quick look at pit stops. So all the back ones have had that pit stop. They've all had a bit of contact on that opening lap. And so a few of them... Beaker's changed on to soft, so he's going to have to do another fair few laps on those. He's probably going to go softs to hards then by the looks of things. And try and close up the Jumboy in that time. So let's have a look further up. Busted is looking to make moves on P4 of Gwen. The Ferrari. Busted on hard tyres. Actually had a decent start. Starting outside the top 10. Let's have a look at those position changes again. He's up 6 and so is Gwyn. And now he's going to get some DRS down this home straight. Jorn's still got a lead though over Meister. And he's... Oh, I will say he's going to go fastest, but Meister's gone faster. And Busted just didn't get the drive off the corner that he would have wanted. He's got DRS, but he just can't do anything with it. Now Feathercam is looking racy behind. A 3-way battle here for P4. Busted needs to get the drive off the corner. Looks good. Now he's got that DRS in the slipstream. Through he comes. Where's Feathercam? Feathercam's just nowhere near. And it's looking like Busted has taken it, and he has. Now Feathercam wants to come through as well, but no room for him just yet. Let's have a look further back. Oh, just was going to have a look at that battle, Noosa. Absinthe has just got past Noosa. And so up to P17. And right, let's go back to this battle for the last points positions. Nathan and Anthony. half a second between them. Anthony's up 10, Nathan's up 7, Jumboy's up 7. So a lot of big gains for these guys. Just here in front of them's up 7 as well. All helped by those first lap incidents. So Anthony will come under a little bit of pressure from here from Nathan. Nathan will get some DRS on the home straight. If he can just stay with the back end of the McLaren. And following him round the corner as we go down towards that detection point. I don't think Anthony's... No, he's closed up a little bit on Just Chilling. But has he closed up enough? No, the answer's not. He's half a second out of getting that DRS though off the back of Just Chilling. Now Nathan needs the drive that he needs off this corner. He doesn't look to be the best drive, but it's still going to be a chance. Is he going to make a move here on Anthony? He's looking. He's going to take a mighty dive from there. But he's going to get it once again on the next straight. Anthony's still not picking up from the rear of Just Chilling. Nathan needs to string these corners together. He's done alright. Is he going to make a move here on Anthony? He's looking down the inside. Down the inside he looks... He just couldn't carry enough speed to make it through. Anthony went a bit deep to give Nathan a bit of space on the inside. But nothing comes to it, and as Dennis and Doctor swapping places back there in 14th and 15th. As still got a good battle going on for P4. They've not really separated out up there. Busted, Win and Feathercamp all still quite closely bound. And Kimmy is still close to the back end of Mute. So this is Nathan. We don't often see overtakes into turn 11, but it does occasionally happen. Nathan won't go for it this time. He'll stick in behind. Let's have a quick look at Dennis and Doctor. They're close together, both on the soft tyres. As they're coming up to their DRS section, we've got Julian just behind them as well. He's on the mediums. So he's doing well to stick on. Doctor's looking to make moves down the inside of Dennis, and that's not really an overtaking area. And Doctor just gets a little nudge. And he's lost the place as a result. We'll get that DRS to try and recover a little bit. As Jumboy's up, closed up onto the back of Nathan. So now we've got a three-way battle for this last of the points positions. Nathan is still about half a second off the back of Anthony. He keeps trying to have a look, but it just won't be coming through just there. A little lock up there from Nathan. As Gwyn further up is closing in. He's trying to go around the outside of Busted. He's looking for that cutback now. And just can't get that power down as soon as he like. Now he's got to try and follow the other man in front. Meanwhile, Feathercamp's just looking at this like he wants to come through. Nathan and Anthony swapping places. They're going through that same section as well. Battles all over the place. And Anthony's holding off for now. Nathan is keen to get past because he knows Jumboy is on his tail. There's his movements all over the place, really. As Julian and Dennis swapping places back for 14th and 15th. Now, can Nathan... Oh, that's going to help him. Jumboy's just run... not Jumboy, sorry. Anthony's just run really wide. He's come back on straight into the side of Nathan. And Jumboy's taken advantage of that and gains 2 places. Anthony with a bit of a unsafe re-entry there. I think it would just be a little slap on the wrist from that one because it didn't really do much. Nathan backed out of it a bit. And Jumboy took full advantage of it. So Nathan had a chance to get into P10, but ended up losing his chance to Jumboy. Jumboy up into P10, and I expect Jumboy will have the pace now to start pulling away. But he's got to get outside the DRS, first of all, of Nathan. Nathan is still there. And he's closing now. He's got that DRS wide open as we go down the home straight. Is he going to make a move into the first corner? He's looking. He tried the switchback, didn't quite work for him. Jumboy didn't bite. So Nathan holding on to P11 for now. As they go up towards turn 4, another DRS section here. Nathan just didn't get the drive off turn 3 that he would have wanted to make a move. So Jumboy's going to hold him off for now. Meanwhile, further up, Meister has closed up onto the rear of Yorn. It's less than 1 second now, so Meister will be getting their DRS. Just looks a little bit sluggish actually coming off that corner. But still, he's now 0.667 off the rear of the race lead. He's got a chance to come through. Let's quickly flick onto those tyres to see what tyre situation is. So, Busted there in P4 on the hard tyres. So he's doing well to be up into that position, giving it his all. Meanwhile, further back, Julian is trying to give it all to Dennis. Dennis on the soft tyres. Ooh, is he starting to lose those already after 5 laps? Yeah, Julian wants to try and make a move. He's on the medium, so he's got that little bit more grip now as those softs start to fade away. And Julian now, DRS is looking good, like he might make a move. Dennis goes defensive. Julian's going to send one around the outside or look for that switchback. He's just playing it calm for now. He knows he's got a better straight coming up. He doesn't need to make a move. He just apply pressure. Talking of applying pressure, Just Chilling has applied pressure to Kimi and slips on through up into P8 then for the Williams. And the other Williams is down in 13th after a dismal start. But JC making amends for it. He's on a charge. And it's further back, Dennis and Julian for P14-15. Might not be for points, but you never know what these guys can achieve from back here. Julian goes for it. Easy overtake then. DRS and ERS all being deployed. And Julian is through. But Julian will now get DRS of his own. And it's all about Julian's corner. If he can make it, as he did, Dennis has a real tough time of coming back. And Julian just put together the perfect corner to defend. Nathan is on the rear jump boy. Is he going to get a better drive off? He looks to get a bit bogged down on the corner, so he's going to drop back a bit. Anthony is still there after his earlier slide off of that corner. Oh, a little bit wobbly there for Nathan. He's trying to keep onto the back of Jumbo, but I don't think this is going to be his fight. He's doing well to stay with him. He just wants to get up another position to get some more points. So let's quickly flip up. We have a new race leader. Oh, Meister didn't see it, unfortunately. But Meister is in the race lead. Claimed it back off Yorn. Yorn is going to now try and close up. But how much can he do to close up to the rear Meister? Maybe he needs to start looking towards the undercut to try and get that position off him as Feathercam picks up a 3-second penalty. And no overtakes there. Let's have a look further back. Nathan still in the DRS of Jumbo. He's been there for a few laps. He needs to get past if he's going to get some points here today. And again, these guys all behind are going to start to wonder, when can I pit to make it to the end on the hards? Can I get that undercut on the guy in front? That's what he's going to be asking himself right now. Jumbo a little bit wobbly coming off the corner. Baker's got the gap to 11 seconds between him and Anthony, so he's within a chance. He will be pitting. Jumbo sliding through the corner. Nathan just nudging in the back of him. He couldn't do much about it. He just on the racing line. Jumbo just lost the control of the car a bit, slid around the corner. Nathan now right on the back end as Julian gets a penalty further back, and he's sliding back as it goes. I think Julian might have had a little off. What's happened to Gwen? Gwen's just dropped her off as well. Jumbo's playing Bahrain Drift. What's happened to Gwen? Is there damage on that Ferrari? Is that why he's going so slow? No. He must have, these softs, medium, sorry, must have just completely dropped off then for these guys. Gwen sends it into the pits. He's just dropped like a stone, and gets a 5-second penalty to boot. And Nathan is going to try, but Jumbo has DRS of his own. Nathan can't quite slow down in time. A little nudge there on Jumbo. Now he's trying to go back around the outside. He's going to get a good drive off the corner. He's alongside. He is through on Jumbo. But Jumbo is technically back in front now. Nathan has DRS. And as he can, almost looks like he conceded it. But now Jumbo gets the drive off. Where is Anthony? Anthony's trying to come back through. A little bit of nudging going on there between Nathan and Anthony. And Nathan's still there behind Jumbo. At least he's now in a points positions. It's just Sander. Sorry, I apologise. Sander, not Gwyn. Nathan's run wide. This is going to give a chance to Anthony. He's managed to get back on, but Anthony's got a bit more speed coming through here. He's got DRS mode 4. Is he going to send one down the inside? I think he is. And Anthony is through. A little bit of nudging to boot to go through. And now Nathan has it all to do. Once again, he's back behind Anthony. One small mistake there. It's just cost them. As we're coming towards coming towards the pit stop window, I think. So we might start seeing some undercuts happening. Yeah, Nathan's green spanner's on his board, which basically means he's in that pit stop window. So he can come in as and when he wants, but he's still got DRS on the back end of Anthony. It's going to help close him up. Anthony's not got anything from Jumboy, but he's so close that he might get one. And Nathan just locking up. He's going a bit hard into the back and nearly goes into the back of Anthony. Beaker has come back in. He's going to come out on most likely a set of hards along with Dennis. Anthony is still trying to come through. Julian 5 second bonus. I think we might see Julian retire at this rate. Let's have a quick look at him. See, he's not having no change. I thought he was. He did drop a few places. Feathercamp is on the rear, busted down there for 4th and 5th. Feathercamp just got not the best drive off that corner. Mutant just chilling and going out for 6th and 7th. There's so many battles going on. We've got a battle for 1st and 2nd, 4th and 5th, 6th and 7th. And I mean, if Jumboy and Anthony can close up a little bit, there's a bigger gap there, but 10th and 11th are still battling. Along with 13th and 14th, they're quite close. A lot of battles going on here today. Hopefully we are going to have some close results. We're only on we're just started lap 12. As most of the race leaders are in. You're not fancying the undercut. And let's have a look. Where is... Yorn's just going to his pit box, so Meister will come through in the lead still from these two. And these are still, effectively, these are your net leaders at the moment. Obviously, everyone else in front of them is still to stop. And they've actually come out. That's some good pitting there from Mace. He's come out right in some open space. As Nathan moves up, he's still on the back of Anthony. Nearly a nudge on the back then of the McLaren once again. But now, will he get the drive that he's been after for so long? He's not looking like he's going to get it this time, unless he goes for a ridiculous dive that even Danny Rick wouldn't go for. But he's still there on the rear of the McLaren. Anthony's made a mistake into turn 10. Nathan's made a mistake into turn 10. Whose turn is it to make a mistake into that corner? I'm surprised Nathan didn't come in last lap and try for that undercut on Anthony. It was there to be taken. But now they're going down this back straight. DRS is wide open once again for Nathan. As Beaker... Has Beaker just had an off? I think Beaker might have just had an off because he just dropped back a position. So Anthony's still on the back there of... Nathan's sorry, on the back of Anthony, not the other way around. Fluffy Balls is in, so he'll be dropping down. Let's see where Feathercamp is. He's coming in as well. So... The hard tyres are taking the race lead for now. Busted and Just Chilling are your current race leaders. Net race leaders are Meister and Yorn. Has Yorn had a little mistake? Nathan is coming in, so is Anthony. Let's see, Yorn's just fallen right off the back. He's 2 seconds off the back of Meister now. He needs to turn the wick up a little bit to keep up the pressure, but maybe he's just cooling down those tyres. And good pit stops from both those two, and they're going to come out once again, still battling. And there's a Ferrari of Sander coming down the home straight. Where is Sander going to be? He's well ahead. And so they are coming out once again, still battling these two. Fluffy Balls is going to start to be closing up onto Jumbo. Jumbo's on 12 lap old mediums, so he's doing well to still be out there, but those must be feeling like rubbish. Let's go on board with Fluffy Balls. He's closing up to the back end of Jumboy. Oh, Jumboy, a little bit of lag. He's already had a few Bahrain drift moments here today. And I think it might be a case of when, not if, Fluffy gets past. He is on those hards. Jumboy will be feeling the pressure down the back of his neck. The Haas wants to come through, and it kind of has to. If Fluffy Balls wants to mount a charge towards the podium. If he gets held up for too long, then Busted or JC might come out ahead of him. And they'll be coming out on mediums, don't forget, so they'll be really racy. But Fluffy Balls is... Oh, Jumboy makes a mistake, and Fluffy Balls, you've got to be careful, because if Jumboy makes a braking move there, which he's perfectly entitled to do, because he's going to the pits, then he could have ended up in the back of him, but Fluffy Balls now up to P5, net P3, as the two at front are still to stop. Where's Jumboy going to come out then? Did he have a penalty? I think he might have done. Oh no, he's out. So where is Anthony? He's coming round the final corner towards the line. Sander is going to be right alongside Jumboy. Julian has retired. This could be tasty. Sander's looking to make moves straight away on Jumboy. He's going to get DRS. Jumboy is under so much pressure. Straight out of the pits on cold tyres. Sander's got warm but hard tyres, and he's going to make the move. Is he down the inside? Yeah, side by side on the exit. They still haven't decided. Jumboy, oh, a little bit of wobble there from Sander. And still, Jumboy holds that position. Let's see, where's he going to go now? Is he going to try and go around the outside of turn 8? Not the easiest way. Now he's looking for that switchback. Sander is still there. He tried to attack when Jumboy's tyres were still very cold. Now they're getting a little bit warm, but there just shows how cold they are. Jumboy just goes deep into the corner. Sander is through up into P9, and Nathan is once again hovering around the back end of Anthony. Still wanted to get past, but Jumboy will be on fresher tyres towards the end if you can just stay with Sander. Oh, Sander goes very slow through that corner. Jumboy closes right up. Sander lifting where he didn't need to. Jumboy was alert to it, fortunately for him. And looking now to make moves around the outside. He's going to get some DRS on the home straight, so this should be, if Jumboy can get the drive off the corner, it should be an easy overtake. Meanwhile behind, Nathan is battling with Anthony. Jumboy is all over the back of him. DRS is open and is through. Back up to P9 he goes. And Sander will get some DRS though, almost immediately, in an attempt to come back straight back at Jumboy. Same place that he was battling last time. Noosa has come into the pits. He's 12 lap old mediums. Absinthe gets a 3-second penalty. That's not good news for him. He's down in 13th to race, struggling. Speaking of struggling, Sander's all over the place, sliding through that corner. And Nathan is on the back end of Anthony once again. He's got that gap down to less than a second. But it's one thing to close up, it's another thing to pass. He needs to nail the final two corners of this lap if he wants to have an overtake opportunity. And Jumboy's broken the DRS on Sander. And so that's good for Jumboy. So Sander's now going to start to come back potentially towards these two. So Nathan still there, half a second off the back end of Anthony. Meanwhile, effective race leader Meister still ahead of Jorn, 1.7, 1.8 is the gap up there. And Jorn needs to start closing up. It's yellow in sector 2. And it's gone already, so it can't be nothing too major. Might have just been someone running a little bit wide. And Nathan's going to struggle now because Absinthe is right on his rear. Absinthe might be on old hard tyres, but he's right there. Nathan has DRS, Absinthe has DRS. Nathan's doing a little bit of weave in here. And Absinthe is going to stay behind for now. Nathan, a little lock up going into the corner. And we've got a little train starting to form here. Absinthe's got a good drive off the corner. I think this is going to be a done deal. It looks to be a done deal. And Nathan is down now, but he can use Absinthe to pull himself up towards Anthony. Just needs to stay on the rear of this Haas. And still say Sander in P10, the last of the points positions. Absinthe will potentially be pitting. I'm not saying he's definitely going to be pitting because he already has done one stop. And Noosa has retired down there in 17th. Sector 3, so that could have been a pit lane retirement. But Absinthe goes straight past Anthony up into, well, almost into P12. Now he's in P12. And he'll be up to the back of Sander in no time. Nathan is, well, he did come with Absinthe, and that was good for him. Because now he's on the rear of Anthony once again. But he wants Anthony to drop back a little bit from Absinthe so he doesn't get DRS. Justin is also in along with Busted. They are falling back down, but they're going to be on mediums. Justin is coming out in 5th place. Got a nice little lead over Mute. And only 1.5 seconds off Feathercamp. Is a podium possible? The answer to that is probably not, but you never know. As Nathan and Anthony still nothing happening there. Absinthe is on the rear of Sander. They have Jumboy just up ahead of them. He hasn't really pulled away. Absinthe won't be coming through this time. Is Nathan coming through? No, he's not. Anthony's still getting DRS from the Haas. That's something Nathan needs to change. What's ERS levels? It's quite different ERS, and Nathan can afford to put down a little bit more ERS on some straights to try and close up a little bit, particularly coming off that final corner, get it down and get going. Because at the moment he's hitting 100%. Absinthe is looking to make moves there. Let's have a look at him. Coming off the corner right on the rear of Sander in the slipstream. DRS is open. He's in mode 4. Sander goes defensive. Absinthe is going to go the long way around. He will have the inside for the next corner, but he's just not ahead to make use of it. And Gwen is still holding on to P10. Absinthe trying to find a way through there. Oh, was that an... I'm not saying anything. I think Sander realised he made a mistake there and has given the place back to Absinthe, but he's just lost 3 places as a result. Although Nathan got a terrible drive off that corner. Sander's going to come through potentially on Nathan. And no, he's not. He's had to slot back in. Where's Absinthe making moves on Jumboy? And he's trying to go around the outside. Sander's come through on Nathan. Absinthe is trying to come through on Anthony. Just can't make it. And Sander's through. Nathan is back down to 13th, unfortunately. But he does have DRS. This is a cracking battle for P10. There's other battles going on. Kimmy and Mute has just swapped places. But this is a 4-way battle. This may be for only 1 point. But it's still a cracking battle going on. Absinthe needs to get past these because I think he may or may not need to stop. We're going to find out as we go. But when he does stop, he'll be on the soft tyres. Actually, quick look up. JC and Feathercamp coming off the corner. JC's right on the rear. We're going to come towards the final corner, which means we could see some DRS here from JC on the back of Feathercamp. This is going to be for P4. It's going to be soft, medium tyres versus hard. This should be an easy one. And JC in the slipstream. DRS is open. Pulls out. Sets the fastest lap. And is through into P4. And very comfortably past Feathercamp before we get to the corner. I'm using Kimmy. There's a big gap there. It's not going to be closing up anytime soon. And Busted going fastest down in P8. Nathan still trying to come past. Now we're going to see some DRS here. Absinthe is in the pits. So he will be going on to potentially... He might get away with softs. When he goes very defensive, Nathan's going to try and come around the outside of turn 1. Is he going to get it? A little bit of nudging going on. He hasn't got through. But he's still on the inside. You've got to be careful. Nearly spinning out the Ferrari there. And Gwen holding on for now. But crucially for Nathan is this battle has brought them further away from Anthony. So Sander, sorry, not Gwen. Sander will not be getting DRS from Anthony, which means Nathan can mount a charge. As let's look once again further up. Busted and Mute are going at it down the back straight. Mute has DRS, but so is Busted. Busted's on the mediums. And is he going to make Mute quiet? He is. He's made Mute be quiet. He's well through, and he's going to be straight up onto the rear of Kimmy. And he will get DRS on that home straight, assuming he can put together this next corner quite nicely. And he has done. So Busted will be on the back of Kimmy, and potentially we can see another overtake from Busted. 2 in a lap is always good to see. JC goes fast. Is Busted about to bust that? He's on the rear of Kimmy. 6/10 is the gap, but grippier tyres, DRS. No ERS being deployed now. He's just saving it up. Oh, yeah. He nearly got caught out by how early Kimmy had to brake. But now Busted is going to ring this. Kimmy goes defensive. Busted tries to follow him. And Busted's going to try and go around the outside, the long way around. Now looking for that switchback. Has the drive off the corner. And Kimmy can't do anything about it. Busted looking for that switchback. Wasn't trying to go side by side. Was just going, you go in, I'm going to come back. take the shortcut, and did so. Nathan is still on the back of Sander. Nathan can race with other drivers, he just can't get the pace to pass them, unfortunately, today. This is only going to be for P11, but if another driver DNFs, then it is for a point position. And that's what could be crucial. Sander's on 3-lap older hard tyres as well, so he's got a little bit more grip as Nathan. And all he's waiting for now is Sanders just to make a little mistake, and he's going to take full advantage of it. So out front, Meister still has the lead. 1.4 is the gap. It's looking like last week all over again. Jorn led for a bit last week. Meister took it back and never switched back. Now Jorn took the early lead. Meister took it back and it hasn't switched back since. So once again, I think Meister's just almost can control the pace of the race. As soon as he gets in the lead, he can just go, look, you can't get close to me. As soon as you start closing up, I'm just putting my foot down a bit harder and going away. And that's what's happening at the moment here. Nathan needs to close up, but Sanders just getting his foot down a little bit more keen. Nathan needs to be putting this into mode 4 at this point, not mode 3. He's not going to close up using that. Again, let's see it come off the corner. Sanders gone deep. This is a chance then for Nathan. He's just very slow. He's not putting out to mode 4. He's only putting out to 3. He needs to be using mode 4. If he wants a chance of overtaking, he needs to kick it up a little bit. He's just playing too conservative, unfortunately, at the moment for him. He's hitting 100%, so he has a lot to burn. Sander in front is on 17%. Nathan can afford to use mode 4 pretty much on every little bit of track that he can at the moment, just to get up alongside. So let's see how he does here. Into the DRS straight, right, and away we go, into mode 5. Sanders in mode 0, he can't do anything about it. Nathan's going to come through finally. He's made the move. Beaker's kind of come through as well, or is he? He looks like he is actually. He's just on the outside of Sander. He's going to go around the outside. Beaker through onto the back end of Nathan, so Nathan's going to come under a huge amount of pressure now. As Dennis is also there. Dennis is going to make moves here on Sander. He will still get DRS from the back end of Beaker. Dennis is through. Sander's just lost 3 paces, and Dennis is fighting that car off the final corner. Sander says that's enough. I've had enough of these hard tyres. They're not working for me. Beaker looking to make moves on Nathan. He's going to go easy overtake. DRS wide open. Through he goes. Sanders says, look, I'm not done yet. I'm coming back through. Just nearly hit in the rear. Where's Dennis? He's still on the back end of him. And Nathan looked to make moves. Dennis, dive and a half. That's something Danny Rick will be proud of. That was a beautiful dive. It hasn't quite worked for him, but he's got the pace and he's got to be careful. He's losing control. He's just lost out a lot there. Jorn with a 5-second penalty though. That is pretty much curtains. The only way that can be redeemed now if Meister picks up 3 seconds or a 10-second. And Sander picks up a 3-second back there in 16th. He is on the softs. So let's have a look back at Nathan still. We've spent a lot of time looking at Nathan today because he's been involved in a lot of action. We've barely seen any of the front lot. They've not really had many battles to speak of. We missed the opening couple of corners, unfortunately, due to the disconnection. So we missed a lot of the action. It looks like Dennis is just having problems. Has he got front wing damage? No, he's just not putting the corners together. Maybe he's just a little bit overheated on these tyres after the wobble earlier on. And he's still going to keep going. So let's have a look. We've not really looked at Meister today because he's not really been involved in anything other than battling with Jorn for a bit. But Meister, your current race leader, on lap 23 of 29, only a few to go. And it's looking like an easy back-to-back win then for Red Bull. A back-to-back second place for Jorn. He does have a huge penalty to his name. And it's going to be hard for him to make any overtakes. I mean, he could always just apply pressure to Meister, try and see if you can get Meister to make a mistake. But Meister knows that you can let Jorn past and sit on the back of him and just take advantage of it and just waltz on by at the end of the race. Dennis is up to the rear of Nathan. Nathan once again being involved in action. Is Dennis going to make this overtake? They're both on hard tyres. Dennis is a little bit older hard tyres. And Dennis can't do anything about it just yet, but we've got a big home straight coming up. A lot of DRS to be had on that straight. You may fancy an overtake slightly early. Ooh, a bit of lag there. I thought that was a hit. But Dennis is through then on Nathan. And now Dennis can set his eyes on Beaker. 2.4 seconds up. And Beaker's setting his sights on Anthony. Let's have a look at Beaker. He's 1.1 now, 1 second off the back of Anthony. This is going to work well for Nathan actually, because he's got DRS on Dennis. So this is going to put him back towards Anthony, as that was the battle that was happening earlier on. Beaker's trying to catch up to Anthony himself. 1 point available for him, but can he get there? Meanwhile out front, JC 3.6 seconds off the back of Fluffy. Can he close up and make an overtake for a podium position? I think Fluffy has a penalty, but still JC will want to close up as best he can. Sanders gone fastest down there in P15. No bonus point will be awarded if that's the case at the end of the race, which I think it's going to be. There's no big enough gaps for someone to drop back into after a pit and reclaim their positions. Beaker on the rear still of Anthony as we're coming around turn 11. Only a handful of laps left to go. The winner is pretty much destined to be going to Meister. Second place to Yawn. Third place still up to be decided. Justin is relatively close to Fluffy with penalties, I believe, to Fluffy balls of potentially 3 seconds. So maybe Justin is trying to get into that 3 second window. But this is for the last of the points position between Beaker and Anthony. Beaker is going to make short work of this, that's for sure. Anthony can't really do much about it. Beaker's flying on past, right on the back of him through the corner. And Beaker up to P10. Dennis will be coming shortly as well. Beaker needs to get a hurry on and get going. And yeah, so battles are starting to die off a little bit. Hopefully we'll still have some last lap battles. I've seen many races here at Bahrain, and several times there have been some crossing on the line. We're talking position switching at the line by less than 1/10 of a second. I don't know what it is about Bahrain, but it just seems to make those sorts of races. But Dennis, it could be Dennis versus Beaker on the line for the last of the points positions. How great would that be? I don't think it's going to see a battle for the win. Yawn's just too far back now, especially with that 5 second penalty. But Dennis is in the slipstream and the DRS of Anthony. Is he going to make a move? He dives. Oh, a little bit of lag once again. Dennis gets lag going into some of these big corners. It just puts you off a little bit. Oh, Anthony's just slow through the corner. Dennis is going to take advantage of that. Or is he? Because Anthony's still there. Dennis is through up into P11 now. What's the gap between him and Beaker? 2.4 seconds. ERS levels very similar. Can Dennis close up onto the back of Beaker? Not if he gets a wobbler like that coming off the corner, he won't. Anthony is in the DRS zone. Nathan is relatively close, but not quite in that DRS zone. Will Nathan be able to close up? No, he's not going to get DRS himself just here. But can he resume battle with Anthony? They'll be battling for pretty much the entire race, these two. As actually, Yawn is dipping into the DRS of Meister. Does Yawn fancy a shot at the actual race lead, even though he's got penalties to his name? Meister has a 1 second lead. No DRS then for Yawn. Absinthe drops further back into 15th. After his pit onto the softs, they're obviously going for the fastest lap back there. And 1 point, just over a second is the gap. So, oh, Yawn does have DRS here. He's brought it back in. He's not going to be close enough to Meister to make an overtake for a probably might be only on the final lap that he might try and make that overtake. If he fancies it. If Mace's wise, he'll let Jon through and just go, look, I'm going to take it back when you get that 5-second penalty later on. Obviously, it may not have been a just 5 second, and so it's always a risk that you do if you let the other guy through. But further back, Anthony is having Nathan in his rear mirrors again. And Nathan has the DRS once again. He needs to set a little dead zone, I think, in his wheel, because he's doing a lot of weaving on the home straight through his wheel. Set a little 2-degree dead zone in the middle. You don't do as much wobbling. And he's got a good drive off that corner. He will have DRS once again. Nathan's coming under pressure here. Nathan's too far back to make a dive this time. Oh, a little bit of wobble once again. 0.7 is the gap now between 12th and 13th. Jon is dropping off a little bit from Meister. Doctor with a 5-second penalty. That shouldn't affect anything. He's back there in 16th. Ignoring a blue flag. Nathan slides. He keeps it out the wall. He's not going to lose any places, but he has just lost the chance of getting Anthony. And hopefully he's not overcooked those tyres as Doctor has retired. That's in sector 3. Hopefully that's a pit lane retirement and not going to cause any issues. So we're coming out to sector 3. John Boy's actually closed up to mute here. And we could still see a battle. We're on lap 28 of 29. Well, these guys are about to start lap 28 of 29. We're already there. Nathan picks up a 3-second penalty. That's pretty much confirmed that you won't be getting past Anthony for now. Jumbo, DRS, ERS, the full shebang. And is she going to bang past him? It's going to be close. There's yellow in sector 1. Is that Doctor's car just up ahead that we can see? It is. He's retired on track. Hopefully that's not going to cause any flags or any virtual safety cars. And Nathan has thrown it into the pits. He's going to put some softs on potentially and just go racing. As those hards have started to wear away a little too much for him. And Jump Boy all over the back of Mute. Just Sheen's closing up to the back of Fluffy Balls as well. 2 seconds of the gap there. We could definitely see some action on the final lap. It's starting to come towards that point. Race leaders will be starting the final lap now. In fact, they just have. So Meister still has that lead. 1.4 is the gap. Just Chilling is 2 seconds off the back of Fluffy Balls. I think this is going to be the best JC can get. He's not going to close up that. But Mute and Jumboy, that one's still not settled. 2 lap fresher tyres on Jumboy's Alpha than the McLaren in front of him. Mute runs wide. Jumboy's looking to come back through. Now Jumboy's going to get the drive off. He needs to stay on the back of Mute. Don't dive here. You've got a long home straight coming. That's where you want to make that move. Now get that power down. Get that DRS wide open. He's got a good drive off the corner. He's got the DRS. He's got the slipstream. He's got mode 4. And he's going to get the position. He's through. But he's not decided yet. Mute can still send it down the inside. He has. Jumbo's left in space, but Jumbo has the position. But now Mute has DRS of his own. And unfortunately, he didn't get the best drive off the corner that he would have wanted. And Jumbo's going to hold that for now. And now it's got 1 and a bit DRS zones left for Jumbo. He's got a lot of fuel to burn. He's still not in the red fuel, so you can stick that in rich and just go. Mute has to watch his fuel. He's in red fuel, which basically means he's got less than a lap to go, which is not surprising. Mace's taking the win in all this. Yawn picks up a 5-second penalty. Where is Just Chilling? He's coming around that final corner. He's still rotary close. Is he going to get third? Fluffy Ball's got too many penalties. Let's go keep an eye on Mute. Just Chilling. No, he doesn't. He doesn't get the position on Fluffy Ball, so Fluffy gets third. Evercamp will be coming across in 5th, followed by Busted. And we're still keeping our eyes on this. Mute is just not able to catch up. Now it looks like Jumbo is going to take the P8 then. I mean, he's running low on everything right now. Busted P6. Kimmy comes across in P7. Jumbo's going to come across in P8. Beaker is in 10th. He's not far off. If these, Beaker's got a lot of penalties, I think, hasn't he? Yeah, Beaker's got a 10-second penalty. That's going to cost him a point there to Dennis. Hopefully Beaker can appeal that. I didn't see it, unfortunately. Maybe it's something that can be appealed because even Anthony goes past him. And last but not least, a fair way back, unfortunately, is Nathan. He's just coming towards the final couple of corners. And yeah. So an action-packed opening lap. Unfortunately, I missed most of the action. That's the way cookie crumbles when it sometimes. But Meister taking back-to-back wins, followed by Jorn again. These two are going to start to run away with this. And Jorn needs to get a race win somewhere if he wants to keep up with the Meister, though. It is early doors. We've still got 19 races left. But Meister taking second win in a row. And he's happy with that. So let's have a final rundown of those positions for you. And there we go. So confirmation that Meister's taking the win from Jorn. Fluffy Balls in third. Just Chilling doing a great recovery drive from 16th whole way up to 4th. Feathercamp in 5th. Bastard 6th. Kimmy 7th. Jumboy, decent recovery from him as well. 19th to 8th. Muted 9th. Dennis in 10th. Anthony started 20th, got back up to 11th, so good from him. Same with Nathan, he got 18th to 13th. Beaker dropping big, down to 12th. Nathan 13th. Absinthe 14th. Sander 15th. And DNF is then of Dr. Noosa, Julian, Jarafin, and Cabs. And there we go. Hopefully you all enjoyed that Grand Prix. That was a bit action-packed, wasn't it? Join us again next week. Actually, I don't think I'm going to be here next week. I'm supposed to be away, so keep an eye on DRC's Twitch and their Discord for information on where that's going to be. I've been unable to find someone to cast for me, so hopefully there's someone that can do it. But yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Join me next week.